for crying out loud. Let's cut to the chase. Here to join us to give us some ideas for some Valentine's Day appetizers or Valentine's Day desserts. Ladies and gentlemen, please say hello to the one and only Alexis Can-Do. Hello, Alexis. How are you? I mean, unmute your audio here. Yes. There you go. Are you there?
There I go. It's my audio. I have there's a little thing down there. I don't usually go live on other people's broadcasts, believe it or not. I think maybe a handful so far.
No.
But anyway, thanks for that introduction. I was like, wow, I've been broadcasting. It'll be 5 years come June 1st. And it all started out with me just saying, doing food quotes. And then it moved to my little red ninja, and I did smoothies in the morning. Then I started doing dinners in the afternoon. Dinner's done in 30 minutes, but I would get a phone call from my son saying, hey, come pick me up. And I have to say, hold the thing. I'll be back. We'll end the scope, but we'll finish up when I get back. And then I got the regular time, and the regular time was at 6 o'clock in the morning. And I would cook my son's breakfast and do his lunch up. And we did that for I think 2.5 years or so. And then finally, he graduated from high school. And at that time, I was about 50 pounds heavier than where I was now. And I thought, we need to change things up because I'm not making him breakfast. And so I went on Weight Watchers. I've lost 50 pounds in 20 months. Okay. So he graduated high school. I started losing weight. There we go. So before I used to use a lot of flour and sugar, and I'm a little bit healthier now, okay? A lot healthier now. But I thought we would come in, since it is Valentine's Day weekend, and just give you a little thing that if I can do this at my house, you can do it at your house. I am not a professional chef. I'm just a mom that cooks at home. And I work with Pampered Chef. I sell Pampered Chef tools, y'all. So if you're interested in it, I can help you spend some money and get some great tools in your kitchen. And then you could be like, well, which pot, which pan, which tool am I going to use? And you'd be like, well, what? That's a dilemma, saying, well, what do I have to make it in? So
I'm completely clueless when it comes to being in the kitchen. I know I'm usually cooking, but some of the dishes that you've made, I mean, this just blows away anything I've ever done in my entire life.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. I've even gone to doing every plate. It's a subscription service because I got tired of doing the same old, same old. And I'm thinking, man, I already made that. And something I think I've already made, I made like 3 years ago. But it's always a new audience. I mean, we have our standard, maybe 200 people that follow us no matter where we go. But there's always new people, and they still like listening to me. And I got in a little rut the last couple months since Periscope said we're going bye-bye. And it just sort of it was devastating. And then we found HAPS. I'm like, okay, let me try it. And I'm still not sure if it's the right fit for me, but I'm trying to make it work. I do like that we can share out to different platforms, and I share out to YouTube, although I only have like 1 or 2 people look on YouTube. Okay. But there are people on YouTube that actually there in the morning with me. Then we have Twitter, which I don't do anything on Twitter. Nothing. I don't even, I thought Twitter was originally for poets. All right. Because there's always rhyming stuff. I'm like,
yeah,
I'm not a writer. And so, and then where else we share out? Oh, Periscope now. And then we do Facebook. And I love that I can share out to Facebook because that's where I spend most of my days on Facebook.
right.
And we share out to my business page and my VIP page. Now, I'm not sure if I'm going to do one or the other or just continue doing both spots, but they watch it. And I don't share out to my profile.
Right.
They want my family to know anything because they don't even follow me on my VIP page. I'm like, yeah, just do whatever. But anyway, I
was just going to say, this is something did you pick up on cooking on your own? Was it something that your family's been doing for generations?
No. My mother told me when I was in high school that she would be the last person for me to go live with because I didn't like to eat. I didn't like to cook. And I didn't actually cook in the house until I was 42 and I'm 58 now. And the only reason I learned how to cook is because I had a 3-year-old son and he needed to eat. And I said, well, I guess I got to learn how to cook. So, because I worked in hotels in the catering department, I organized every single event from weddings to meetings to you name it. I did the Cardinals and I was talking about the St. the Pittsburgh
Oh my
Pirates.
goodness.
We used to bring them in and bring them out, and I used to organize all that. And I never had to eat at home. I ate breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, coffee, you name it, wine, you name it, parties. I
Wow.
never ate at home. The only time I ate at home is maybe one day a week. And then I would go, get something or go out to eat. And so when I had Bryce at like 38 going on 39, so I was like in my 40s when I learned how to learn how to cook. Now I had all that experience from catering, but I never really I didn't cook. So I just started, and then I got divorced and I moved home for 5 long winter years back up to Pennsylvania from Georgia.
Okay.
And then we moved back down here. And when I moved back down to Georgia, I wanted to I didn't know anybody. And I said, you know what, I'll join Pampered Chef, and I'll meet people in my local neighborhood, That wasn't it. That wasn't meant for me. And because I live with my mom and she has bad eyesight. So when we go out, I'm with her, like her seeing eye dog or whatever, except sometimes I leave her and I go down the aisle. She's, where did you go? So, I decided to go on Periscope. I saw it in March. I joined Pampered Chef in November. In March, I saw Periscope and I said, hey, I think I might be able to do that. And I pushed that live June 1st, many years ago, 5 years ago. And
Okay.
I was scared. And even to this day, I'm sure it's the same with you, Jim. You don't know what's going to happen on your broadcast. And you do it scared. Even if you did 500 broadcasts or 1,000 or 1,500 broadcasts, you're still a little nervous going live.
You see, look at the anxiety attacks, pretty much like I do, like a lot of us do before we go live.
Yeah. But you all energize me. And I get a lot of energy from talking to you and just talking out loud, so that when we get out of this pandemic, I can go into anybody's house and start talking to them. The only thing is I was starting to do that, but there's like 10 people standing in front of me, all asking me questions at the same time. Whereas on these apps, you get one question at a time. You can read them. I was like, wait. I'm not used to all these people here. So anyway, I decided that, let's do some chocolate covered fruit and stuff. And this is so easy because you know what? It doesn't take a brain surgery. And I'm not the best at chocolate. Y'all know that because we've had many chocolate flops in my scopes. Okay. And all we're going to do is use this Baker's chocolate. Okay.
Ooh,
and you can,
my heart right away, Lex.
you can actually, you can microwave the whole thing, but I don't want to waste this whole thing. There's a lot in here and I am not going to eat this all, y'all. I am on a weight loss diet and I'm like, oh man. So we're just going to throw in, I don't know, a lot of these chips in here. All right. There you go. All right, so we're gonna put some chips. That's gonna be too many because I don't need that many. All right, so we're gonna put some chips in here. We're gonna microwave it for 30 seconds, and then you can look at it and say, oh, it needs a little another 30 seconds. But don't leave it in there too long because then it gets like funky. And when it looks funky, it's gone. You can't do anything with it. And then on this other one, I went to Walmart, great value, and this one is white chocolate baking bar. And we're just gonna get 2 little white chocolate ones in here. And,
okay. Yeah.
Wait till you see, I got them already done for you, but we're gonna melt that down too. And all we're gonna do is put this in the microwave, okay?
Okay.
So let me do that. You can ask me a question if you want. I'm just gonna put this in. I'm gonna do one at a time. There we go. Start. All right. So by the power invested in me, this is what we're gonna try and do, okay? Because I did some up for us just in case we ran out of time. But this is some chocolate covered fruit. And we have a pretzel. You can do chocolate covered pretzels. We did this one. I am waiting to eat this one. Chocolate. It's white chocolate and dark chocolate or milk chocolate, maraschino cherry. Okay. So don't think you can just have to do strawberries because a lot of people might be allergic to strawberries. This one here, I did a combination of white chocolate and milk chocolate. This one's just plain old chocolate, and this one I try to make it into a tuxedo. I am not an artist, okay? And then down here, now these are really, really good. And when we have blueberries in season, I go and pick up the blueberries. But these are chocolate covered blueberries, and then you put sea salt on them, okay?
Ooh,
and these I'm eating that one too, okay? And you can have that one. All right, this one has a lot of blueberries in it, but the liquid in there just squishes out at you, and you're like, whoa, these are actually, I think, better than chocolate covered strawberries, okay? Because sometimes the strawberry, if you want to be romantic and you're biting into that strawberry, I had braces when I was 27 to 29. I bit into when I had the thing between you. It was not a good thing. All right, so let me go over and look at my chocolate. I have to do one more.
Absolutely.
All right, I still have to go one more. So you're gonna need a couple different tools. I just put those in 1 cup prep bowls. That works. It's microwave safe. And then I have my little cake tester. This is a little bent out
Whoa.
shape.
Whoa.
Yeah, Jim, you want something?
I'm just gonna say, I'm playing nice. My hands are completely.
It comes in. This is actually I usually show it with the if I can get my eyesight going here. It has a little cover. Now this one's my own little plastic cover on it,
Okay.
And it has this plastic cover. But when I have this cover on it, I can see it in my drawer, so I don't like lose it in there. So we got that. We got a little cover, and then I have my little mini spatula, okay, or scraper. It's called scraper. I always get the name wrong.
Nice.
Okay. All right. So let's get this other one. This one's done. I'm gonna do one more. There we go. All right. So this is like warm to my touch, and I'm actually gonna do the bottom, and we're gonna see how these things. It doesn't look like it's melted, but when you mix this stuff up, it's gonna melt. Okay. It's just melting right up. Really easy. And all we did was microwave this for 1 minute in there, and you're just gonna melt it. All right. And that's it. Now you gotta make sure your strawberries are nice and clean. All right. Yeah. And I'm gonna flip us over here. I'm gonna take the camera and see if I can flip my camera. All right. And that's another thing. When you do food scopes, you can do this here. Y'all like the eye contact, but they really want to see what you're doing. And so I flip my camera. I put you on the countertop right now. Turn it around and then flip it that you're looking down into what I'm doing. Okay. So this is a really good presentation right here. You can see how nice this looks. Okay. And presentation is everything. All right. That's one presentation. Now, when you get your chocolate, all right, here is our chocolate. It's nicely mushed up right here. And then I'm going to get the white one out. White one should be done. A couple more seconds on the white. Couple more seconds on the white. So on the cherries, now these are the maraschino cherries. Make sure they're dry. Don't put them in there wet because it won't adhere to it. Okay. So those are the dry ones. Make sure your blueberries are nice and clean and dry also. Okay. And then strawberries. Strawberries need to be cleaned with 1 part vinegar and 8 parts water. Wash them, like just put them in the book. Let me turn it off.
Okay.
Burn our chocolate over here. All right, that's done. So anyway, one part vinegar, 8 parts water. Rinse it twice. Take it off, dry it, and then put it in a nice clean container. You have to wash the container because otherwise there's spores on your strawberries, and it's not good. And then they'll rot on you. But anyway, when it's done, line it with a paper towel, and the paper towel absorbs the moisture and keeps it nice and fresh for you. Okay, so we got everything ready to go, and all we have to do, is our vanilla, and that just mixed right up. Okay, so we're going to do the chocolate covered ones, and you're going to put it on a plate. And here I got these, and get some parchment paper. This is my other one I just did, but you're going to get your chocolate and just dip it right in. Okay, and there you go. Now this is so easy. Look at this. All you have to do is just dip it right in there.
Oh my god.
Yeah, oh my gosh, that's right. And put it right there. Okay, I'm going to do 2 chocolate ones here. Let me put that one somewhere. Don't fall over. All right, so there, just put it right in. And again, we just melted that chocolate. I'm not doing the entire thing. If you have a lot of strawberries, you may want to do it right in the bowl itself, but we're just doing parts of this. All right, there, like that.
Beautiful.
And then we can get a couple of these blueberries, and the same thing with the blueberries. Just put them in, and you're going to mix them up a little bit. Let me get my little thing, and just mix them. All right, and then you're going to get the paper. I'm going to get this one out of the way, and you can put this in the refrigerator and it'll chill on you, and it'll get nice and hard, and then you can bring it out, you know. All right, so the blueberries, all we're doing is mixing them up in, and you can just do like 1 big blueberry like that. Like, look at that. It comes right off. All right, or just group them together with a few of them all together. All right. And what the thing is to put some nice sea salt or even Himalayan salt on here. I'm telling you, the chocolate with the blueberries and the salt is phenomenal. All right.
Wow. So is there a preference between the sea salt and the pink salt?
No, not really. That's just a preference. I have so much salt, and I like this. There's another one called Real Salt. It's from the mines in Utah. And that one's a really good salt. Nice. And it's American salt too. All right, so here, there we go. I think I have one more in here. There's a big old chocolate one there. There we go. All right, so all that's done, and we're gonna get some sea salt. I have the Mediterranean one from think I got this one from Walmart. And just get some in your hand. And you have to do this while it is wet. So just put a little of sea salt on there.
So it sticks
There you
on
go.
there.
It sticks on it, yeah. Otherwise, it's not going to stick. All right. Let's see if I can put any of that back in. There we go. All right. So for the chocolate ones, all you're going to do is get your strawberry. And I got some chocolate on me. You're going to get the little stem right here and pull it towards you so that it doesn't, so it's standing up when you're done with it. Okay, it looks really pretty that way. All right, and try and find, I think the strawberries aren't in season right now, but it is Valentine's Day and everybody likes them. And all you have to do is put it right into your chocolate. Let me see if I can get that one out without going all over the place. And just put it in the chocolate, all right, and just cover it. And this is a big strawberry, y'all.
That looks so good.
There you go. And that's a big old chocolate one there. Now, if you want to do, let's get a smaller one and we'll do some white chocolate ones too. And I think I need more parchment paper. I think I'm running out of parchment. All right, so let's do another one that's all chocolate. And we're going to have to let this one cool a little bit. There we go. There.
Perfect.
Just keep it right on the parchment. And then we're going to do a white one, okay? Let's get a one with, like, see, this one's a lot better because, and you're looking at your strawberries that they don't have that white on there, okay? Because it looks a lot prettier if they're not white, okay? Let me see if I can get this one. Leave that one there. And we'll just get another all white. We'll get a white chocolate one with strawberries, okay? I'm not even reading comments, are you? You're probably mesmerized, like just looking at this stuff. There you go, white chocolate right there.
Oh, now we're talking.
Oh, that one's really nice.
That looks sweet.
That looks really good. Oh my gosh, that's right. I think it's gonna bleed down into the other one. Let me see if I can angle that. Just stay there. Stay there. We don't want any chocolate on you. I gotta find some more parchment. Let me see. There we go. Up. That one's going to slide now.
Look at that. And we want to say hi to all of our friends in our virtual studio audience. Hannah's in here. And
Hannah.
And everyone's in here. Kim, and Matt, everyone's in here. Look at that.
Yeah, yeah. I'm up really, really late. I am normally doing the Z's right now. Okay. Yeah, check out my Instagram, my doll. I have my doll too. We have did you ever get a doll from the lady in Simone in Italy? She makes dolls. And let me flip us around. All right, here we go. She makes dolls, and Dee got me one for my birthday, and Leslie Nance's birthday. Her birthday's in August, and mine's in September. And this is my doll. And it looks exactly like me. I put a little bow on it. But look.
Wow.
Isn't that awesome? So anyway.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
The detail is so spot on.
It is spot on. The glasses, the lipstick, the little nose there, the white hair. I did have short hair back in the day, if you all remember. Okay, it's right now it's all tangled up there. But it has a little spoon on there, and it has my name on it. Isn't that the sweetest thing?
That is absolutely amazing. It's even got the Pampered Chef little thing on there, so you can turn it around.
Yeah, and it has the little emblem from Italy. So she makes these, hand makes them. You send her a picture of like whoever you want, like yourself.
I think Louise Poppy had something like that. I think Louise had one too, if I'm not mistaken.
Jesse, I don't know. There's a lot of people here. I know my friend Daniel. He's 16 now, and he got one a while back. And when I went to do a Perry meetup with him, we brought our dolls together, and we got pictures with our dolls together. So
where was that meetup
at? Huh?
Where was that meetup? Where did that meetup take place?
It was just myself and one other. I live in the middle of nowhere. I live like a few miles north of Jacksonville, Florida, on the inside of Georgia.
Okay.
And if you're ever coming down I-95, you can wave to me. I'm off of exit 7 right there.
My family's in south of Jacksonville near Palm Coast.
Near Palm Coast?
Yeah, Palm Coast. Just if you take 95 south past Jacksonville, like you're going from Daytona, like right there.
Okay.
North of Highway 100.
Okay. So I'm just
Palm Coast Parkway.
Okay. Palm Coast Parkway. I think that's where Space Gal lives down there near that area. So yes. Yeah. So I was going up to my son goes to school at the University of Georgia, and I said, well, I'll take a detour and go up and visit Yamel and Daniel. So up I went, and that day they actually met me at a restaurant. We were at the University of Georgia for something, and I met them at a restaurant just for a couple hours. And then next trip, I actually went to their house. I stayed at their house and we cooked at their house.
Nice.
Yeah.
That is awesome. So how long of a drive is it to go from like your place to the university campus?
5 hours.
That's in Athens, right?
Yeah, it's 5-hour drive.
Oh, geez. Oh,
yeah.
geez. That's
yeah, my son has only come home for Thanksgiving and Christmas right now. And Thanksgiving went down to see his dad. So, yeah, and he probably won't be home until school lets out. Okay. And then he's going to take some summer classes, and I'm not sure if he's going to be at his apartment up there because it's paid throughout the whole year, or if I have no idea. But we do have the Disney trip from Pampered Chef to go to in June. You better
there you go.
For that. Yes.
So do me a quick favor. I know it's super late for you. It's like 25 past 11 out there on the East Coast.
Yes,
but do me a favor, please plug and promote your broadcasts here on HAPS, as well as your other social platforms that you communicate on, please.
Yeah. Oh, well, my platform is Alexis C. Can Do, and that my Can Do is not my last name. My last name is actually Chipakaitis, but who would remember that? But if it's my brand name is Alexis C. Can Do, because if I can do it, you can do it. And it's over all social media. I am on Instagram, mostly on Facebook. Okay, I do post some on Instagram, not a whole lot. I just started my YouTube channel because we can upload everything over there, and that's about it, besides Periscope and going over to Twitter. Again, I'm a Pampered Chef consultant. I've been doing it for 5 years. I've been a director for 1 year, and I'm always looking for people to get kitchen tools to their kitchen. I know you're not supposed to sell, I don't think, on HAPS yet. Haven't heard the terms of service yet, but I take
have at it. I won't say nothing to Peter or Pablo or David or Mike.
They come in, and they're actually watching me make the pizza the other day. I made pizza from scratch. We made the sauce. We made the 2-ingredient dough, and then we made this fabulous ricotta and mozzarella with spinach on it and garlic. I tell you what, and we made it on the stovetop. We never even put it in the oven. It's just right on the stovetop, and we flipped that crust over, and we put that stuff, and it melted right on there. It was the best. I ate the entire thing, the 10-inch pizza. I ate the entire 10-inch pizza.
What did you put on top of the pizza?
We put the ricotta cheese. We mixed the dough with just Greek yogurt and self-rising flour, equal parts. We kneaded it all out. We put it on in the pan, and once it got brown on the bottom side, we flipped it over, and we put a nice olive oil, garlic with some ricotta cheese, mozzarella cheese, and spinach, and I topped it off with some basil. And then I had the blender over there. We had some homemade pasta sauce or pizza sauce in there. It's a little thicker, and it was so good. I'm telling you, we have to make that tomorrow.
Amazing.
Yeah, it was really good.
Well, Alexis, I want to thank you so much.
I know, thank you.
Spending a late Thursday evening with us. All of your great viewers in here, Hannah and Charlene and Dina and JJ Burns and everybody. AD's in here. Marlena.
I'll come back and look at the comments. All right. So there's our Valentine's Day. If I can do this, you can do this. Remember, it's blueberry chocolate covered blueberries, maraschino cherries. You have a pretzel stick right here. You can do, and then we did these on camera. Okay, right here, and they just have to go in the refrigerator and chill. All right. So Jim, thank you so much. I appreciate it so much. I'm glad I stayed up. I was telling somebody, I got to go live at 11 o'clock do a demonstration.
Everyone's like they're looking at their phones going, wait a second, it's not like
6 o'clock in the morning. I'll be late tomorrow.
Well, Alexis, get some rest. Thank you so much. Happy Valentine's Day to you, my friend.
Happy Valentine's Day to you and everybody else. Enjoy the chocolate, okay? Talk to y'all later.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. There she is, the amazing Alexis Can Do, ladies and gentlemen. There you go. There you go. My God. I thought I had the COVID 15 going after that broadcast. COVID 50. God, that looks so good. God, she's amazing. Absolutely amazing. When we come back, JS Live, your late night talk and variety program continues. We have more. We have Quinn Yamamoto, Seth Love coming up. Also, musical guest, Olivia Ty. Don't move. We'll be right back. Ba-ba-dow. Wah-ba-dow. Ba-ba. Thank you. Welcome back to the program JS Live, your Thursday night late night talk and variety program here on HAPS, the network of now. Yes. Next week on this magnificent program, we do this every Thursday night, 11 Eastern, 8 Pacific. We bring in people from HAPS and other social media platforms. And we try to kind of recreate a low budget, cost effective talk and variety program. Next week on the program, we have Team Love creator Holistic Deb joining us next week. Also, Funny Man Jay Forsyth and musical guest Carrie Long. Next Thursday, JS program right here, JS Live, the late night talk and variety program here at HAPS, the network of now. Coming up later on in this program is going to be the one and only Olivia Tai. She's going to be our musical guest this evening. So make sure you join us for that. Stick around for that program. And Quinn, I believe I sent an invitation to you just now. So if you can either hit the what's the button? It says join broadcast button. Hit the little pink join broadcast button, and I'll be able to see you here on my little screen here. So again, there he is, the pride and joy of beautiful San Francisco, California, and our virtual studio audience. He's also known as Magic Pipes or Velvet Pipes. Of course, we're talking about the incomparable, the one and only Chris Rossetti. So thank everyone. Thank you to Chris Rossetti for doing the introductions, introducing all of the guests on the program. Yes, yes, that is amazing. Our next guest, ladies and gentlemen, hails from Sacramento, California. And I have had the honor and privilege of knowing this lady for almost 5 years here. Discovered her doing some kind of she was in the middle of Utah or in Wyoming, somewhere in the Rockies, at some kind of a motivational speaking seminar thing back when I had a lot more hair and a higher voice, ladies and gentlemen. Basically, oh my goodness, I can't even find my own flipping notes here. There we go. Did I have them here? I just had them here. I could just improvise this. God, screw it. Improvisation 101, ladies and gentlemen. What I usually do when I go live, guys, I usually have like little notes I scribble down like that, okay? I don't have any producers. I don't have any farm hands, nothing like that. I got as far as this. I put Quinn, self-love coach. So I'm going to wing this on the fly. All right, this woman is not only a self-love coach, she's a great friend of ours here on this platform. I met her through Periscope about 5 years ago, and she is doing a bunch of stuff on this platform, and she's multicasting to others. You can follow her on Facebook Live. She does stuff on Instagram Live. And most importantly, she is a warrior, a very empowering woman who has a powerful message as we go into the Valentine's Day weekend and all year. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the one and only Quinn Yamamoto. Hello, Quinn. How are you, my friend?
Hi.
Welcome aboard.
So happy to be here. Thank you for asking me. Feels like old times, except we're on a different platform. So yeah, I'm so grateful, and I love the winging it. Yeah, let's wing it. And Jim, I got you because you texted me on the messenger of all the questions that people have asked. So yeah.
Oh, I do have those too.
Oh, okay. Oh, great. Oh, great. I didn't know if you needed.
Yes,
yeah.
Don't worry. You're good to go. Okay. Yeah. What I did was I literally, for you kids in the studio audience out there in the virtual studio, I had to write all this stuff out. There we go. Waiting for the 480p camera to zoom out there, but that gives you an idea as far as what I'm preparing for. Yeah, I just So that's. But at any rate, let me put myself down there. There we go. And God, I mean, well, first of all, thank you. So how are you?
Yeah, it's I'm good. Just like anyone else, we're doing the best that we can. So I just
made it to HAPS. I am so happy you're here.
I know. I was like, okay, everyone's moving over to HAPS. Okay, cool. And then Olivia actually helped me a lot because I was like, what's going on? And then I saw her doing like like a live all about it. Like it was like 101 haps. So I was like, okay, I'm interested. And
Yep.
the multi-streaming is what got me. And of course, the community. Of course, the community. Yeah.
I mean, the people in our virtual couch, our virtual studio audience over here to our down here, or depending on where you're looking. Olivia's like one of the first people who made the transition from Periscope over here to HAPS. She and Chantal, Maestro, to name a few, but I mean, you're on a bunch of other platforms too, for crying out loud. I mean, I see you on Facebook Live, I see you on the Gram, I see you all over the place. And God, where do we start with this? So
where do we
start? God.
I know we haven't like talked and like caught up in a long time, and it's like I almost want to like dive in and like ask about your year so far. You
try doing that to me all the time. This time I'm the interviewer.
I want to know. Yeah, but
this time I get Quinn. Always, what happens whenever I was on, Quinn used to be with this group called Thunder Crew back in the day, and on Periscope. It was kind of we called them scope trains. Perry Girls did them with Joanne Pham. Perry Dudes did it with Kama, and there were a bunch of other there was music scope trains where people would broadcast from one broadcaster, they'd hand theirs to another broadcaster. And Quinn was one of them with Thunder Crew back in the day. And all I remember is I see this bubbly girl energy in a hotel room going, okay, I want you to, she's doing all this stuff. And then I'm asking her questions. I'm typing in questions. And then she turns it around and Quinn's like throwing it right back at me. No, Jim, what about you? What is it? How do you love yourself? What do we do when we get stuck in a rut? What do we do when we start talking to ourselves? And this is what Quinn does. I mean, she cares about everybody. I mean, she loves everyone. She wants to hear everyone's story. And God, Quinn, I mean, I know. Let's just cut to the chase. One of the first questions I threw on that laundry list here, and especially this with Valentine's Day, how do we start loving ourselves? When we sit there and we talk to ourselves, we start analyzing and reanalyzing information. How do we hack that?
Right. So this is something that I cover a lot, right? Because where do you freaking start? So I'll just tell you where it started for me. One, of course, something that people always talk about, awareness, right? So my awareness hit me on the head more and more and more when I started seeing myself repeating the same behaviors, right? And then it gets to a conversation, well, okay, if I'm going to take this self-love journey, what do I need to have set up for me to win? So I remember making a self-promise to myself. So for anyone who's watching that's curious about the self-love journey and you want to set yourself up like a success, it's not going to be perfect, but at least be mindful of certain things so that you can really stay on the path. Is one, let's make a self-promise to ourselves so we can practice keeping that. And for me, it was, okay, I need to become my own best friend. Little backstory, just a quick little timeline, but I'm a recovering codependent, I would like to say, recovering from 2 serious, long relationships where I was very, very dependent. And I just saw myself always being that friend, always being that loyal girlfriend to someone. And I was just sick and tired of being so disappointed and heartbroken. So that's why that's my self-promise. That it just like naturally came out. I need to be my own best friend. Let me be the person who I always like need other people where I need them to be for me. Right. So start with the self-promise. Start with that. See if you can uphold that. And then now you're gonna be very open to like what's gonna support you even more to keeping that promise. So 1, promise. 2, your environment. Meaning, for me, I remember finding Periscope. At that time, I was like with some entrepreneurial, like really like supportive, a supportive community in the entrepreneurial realm that I was going into. So that helped also. And I told myself, I can only afford to be around people who are supportive, that are safe for me to be around, where I feel like I can be myself. Right. And so for me, I remember tuning into Periscope, such a new world for me. And I remember listening to Amber Valdez, for any of you who found her on Periscope too, but you're going to start looking for people who are on the journey and are literally speaking to you. Because when you're starting this journey, you're battling with like your mind. And as I was starting to listen to this inner best friend voice more, I need to tune into others too, to really continue to empower that voice and be comforted knowing that I am not the only person taking this really difficult road of like self-love. So the environment needs to be good. Who you're tuning in needs to be, aligned. So I just remember tuning into her every day because she was just saying things that just spoke to me so much. And I remember looking forward to her talks all the time because we're battling with our own negative minds. So we need the positive voices to come in while we're working on having our voices louder in here. So I remember tuning into that a lot, and I turned my room into the biggest reminder and the biggest.
I'll never forget this. I will never forget this. I used to have that old lousy, small mini whiteboard back in the day, and lo and behold, sure enough, I was trumped by Quinn. I had one maybe about 4 by 6 foot maybe. Quinn, what did you do with your wall?
Oh, my wall?
Yeah.
I repainted my wall. Is that what you're talking about?
No, when you used to have the whole whiteboard, just your whole wall.
Yes. Oh my gosh. It is downstairs in the garage. I was gonna move it somewhere. I was gonna move it to my partner's house so we can like use it over there. So for the time being, oh my gosh, I totally thank you for Jim. We've been connected and we've seen each other like the chats and stuff. But I use that, right? So thank you for bringing that up. See, talk about like I made sure my room was like the biggest reminder to stay on the self-love journey. And I remember Amber Valdez, she had this thing called sticky affirmations. So like when you listen to people, they will start referring to tools and you're like, okay, let me actually apply it. And then as you apply it, you start feeling the growth. You're starting to feel like, oh, wow, I'm really like getting into this. Right. And so I had positive affirmations on my wall. And then I started getting into journaling. So to start, self-promise, have your environment, and tune into people that are actually on the journey because they're going to give you suggestions and then you're going to get ideas and you're going to start practicing your self-love. So just like a quick self-love one-on-one, it is a practice. It is a practice, meaning it's something that you show up to and you're practicing some sort of releasing, a releasing way. Like for an example, you're expressing yourself in a journal. You're expressing yourself on video. It could be private. It doesn't have to be for everyone else to see. It could be private video. You can do audio recording. You can do art. You can go exercise.
So just note to the viewers here, journaling means you don't have to sit there and have a notebook and have to sit there and scribble everything down. You can literally go live. You can put something up on social media. You can scribble something down. So it can improvise pretty much in this day and age.
Yes, and you can hit the audio record button, which is something that I've been doing a lot more. For those of you who are like, well, my day is so busy, like it's really hard for me to see myself to carve out some time. I have one big idea. When you get into your car and you're going somewhere where you don't have to think too much about, like for an example, to work, you already know how to get there, or the grocery store. This is when you can literally go to your phone, hit the audio recording, like your voice recording, and then start expressing right then and there. That has been so helpful. So you can start to get the idea that self-love is about expressing and releasing. Expressing and releasing. It is a practice. So that's when, you see how like I tuned into that, and then that led me, and it really encouraged me to continue to be my own best friend by choosing to express and going to these healthy outlets. So it is so crucial that you have that in place.
So that would be one of the first steps that you would take beginning a self-love journey. Mm-hmm. So you write down the good stuff. But what happens if we are the bad, evil demon side of us starts taking over? We start to analyze and reanalyze negative information. How do we overcome that hurdle?
Yes. So this all starts with awareness. Do you know when it's happening? Because if you do, then you can catch it. And if you can catch it, maybe from that awareness, it can lead to another awareness. the awareness of, okay, I am seeing myself, like, hello, negative thoughts. What's going to be the connecting thought that's going to lead you to your self-love practice, right? So perhaps I'm aware that I'm being negative right now and I'm going into a spiral. Oh, I need my self-love. Okay, what is that going to be? Oh, it's going to be this. So, and this is where, if this is so foreign to you and your thoughts are just way too powerful, this is when perhaps you need a coach. Perhaps you need a therapist to be there and to help you guide those thoughts into the healthier thoughts leading into your self-love. Does that make sense? So
yeah,
that is where you know if you need support or not. See if you can do it on your own, and if it's just too hard, because the self-love journey is, to address the negative thoughts and then to get yourself to express, only you know how difficult that is. And that is where you perhaps need some sort of support, or find a community where you can tune in, and then you see the positive thoughts and you're like, oh yeah, that's a reminder. I'm doing the best that I can. Okay, I'm feeling a little bit better now. Now I can go into my self-love practice, because it's effort. And if we're feeling really bad, it's really hard to just arrive to the practice, arrive to the journal, arrive to like even hitting the record button to express yourself verbally, or to go work out, go on a walk, or even meditate. Close your eyes and meditate.
yeah.
So
even in this, even in this day and age with COVID and everything going on, seeing a therapist would be a solution. But I'm saying is that are there therapists available with all this stuff going on and everything? Is there a way where do they do something where you can are there people available where you can just do like some kind of a telehealth thing or something, or is that?
Yes. So I am not so well versed in the therapy realm, but I know that I have been seeing advertisement. What is it? There's one called, I think, BetterHelp. So if anyone needs information on that, I can find it and then send it to you. But that's what I'm seeing now. Like, therapy support is where you can do virtual sessions. I actually know a family member who has a therapist, and they actually get on the phone.
Wow.
So it's on the phone. You can do FaceTime. Yeah. So that's what I've seen so far. And then with the new app, and I actually tried it a little bit because I was trying to see if I can find a therapist, and I was just curious. And I think it was BetterHelp. Like, they've been like having celebrities go on there and talking about their depression and like advocating for therapy. And I just clicked on it just to see like how it starts, like how they get you started. Yeah, they ask a bunch of questions so they can find the match you with the therapist that's perhaps your match. So I know that there's virtual opportunities available for therapy.
I would imagine, especially in this stage, the demand for that type of position would be super high. My concern is with all the money going in towards COVID and getting the rest of the infrastructure of the company. I'm wondering if those jobs are going to be able to, pay enough. You'd think there would be a demand for it, especially with everyone with, anxiety, stress, and depression and everything. You know what I mean? But man, speaking of which, how do we? When we go on that self-love journey, how does one overcome that low self-esteem, that self-doubt, or during those times when we just feel like we have no self-worth? How do we turn that corner?
You got to start. It's all in the self-love practice, because I will describe the kind of the experience that I've gotten from like continuing to go to that. And see, when you start exercising your mind to be aware and then arriving at your self-love practice, something starts to happen called space. You start to create space in this, because you're releasing. The space invites more positive thoughts and more positive messages for you. And also, you're going to start feeling a glimpse of hope, a glimpse of confidence, a glimpse of like, wow, I am so proud of myself. So I just think of my journey of not feeling worthy, not feeling self-worth. What was the other thing that you talked about? Oh yeah, self-doubt was huge, because I've always did things because somebody else wanted to do it, especially my past partners and my romantic partners in the past. So doing this process, when you arrive to your self-love practice, you're like, wow, I just did that. Just from that experience, doing something that you've never done before, and you're seeing yourself getting it in, that comes with it. you start to feel worthy because you're showing up for yourself. You're proving it to yourself that you
Right.
are
Yeah, that's
worth it. Like your emotions are worth it. Your emotions matter, and it's worth it for you to express. Like that's why the practice, it just does so much, because you're proving it to yourself in your own eyes. You're you're your own true witness to what you're actually doing for yourself. Yeah, and I'm telling you, once you get it every single day. I remember doing the journaling, and this is when the gratitude scopes on Periscope started, because from hanging around the positive community, I saw myself at a vision board party, and someone had just decided to share, this is how you start adding positive flow in your life, and there was a whole list of suggestions to try to add in your life, right? And that's a
right.
little overwhelming.
Exactly.
So, and there's two things that stuck out to me, because I was like, okay, I know I can do that, and it was meditation and practicing gratitude. So I took that with me, and I said, okay, why don't I practice gratitude by actually writing it? Because I used to write, but just not enough. So, and then I started to feel really good. And then when Periscope came around, I was like, okay, I actually think this would be something that I would talk about, because it's a win-win. I'll be able to still practice my self-love, and I'll take it to another level where I'm saying it out loud. So at the time, I was
Right.
really, and I was really curious about the whole law of attraction, about like, okay, like if I could raise up my energy or my positive vibrations by saying
Right.
it out loud, let's do it so I can really feel it.
Right.
And this is when I started jumping on Periscope. So I would journal to myself, go on Periscope, express it. And then already then and there, right, I'm starting to feel that self-worth. I'm starting to feel that confidence. I'm starting to feel like, oh, wow, I got this. So there's a lot that happens when you get into that practice, and the feelings that you get afterwards. Because that experience is just, it's something that you have created yourself. It wasn't for anybody else. It was for you. And you can see from my journey, it actually opened up community, because I chose Periscope as a tool for me, to be able to share, and then invited even more connections, and then I met you, and then here we are. So it's magical what the self-love practice, the self-love lifestyle can do for you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's just absolutely amazing how, I mean, I can't believe it's about 5 years, for crying out loud, since I've known you now. Half a decade
Yeah.
of it was just so, which leads us, because you were in a hotel, or
Yes.
something like that, Utah or Wyoming or something, middle of nowhere, and you were seeing a motivational speaker. Do you remember that? Because you're like standing. I'm doing a visual here. You're like, okay,
I remember.
we need to step into our own selves, and you start doing.
Oh my God.
Who were you seeing at that little get together there?
Yes, it was a get together. And so at that time, I was doing, what's it called? Direct sales, network marketing.
Okay.
So as I'm on that journey too, and then also implementing self-love during that time, I was invited to go, it was more of like a training. So I was there for a training with an intimate group. It was kind of like an invite only. So that's why I was there in the middle of nowhere, because a couple that lives there decided to host it at their barn. So it was Wyoming. Yeah,
Nice.
that was such a small town, and the airport is like super small, super tiny. There's no taxis there or anything, right? Like you have to call up like the taxi. There's not just like, when the airport, there's a whole bunch of taxis just waiting for people to come out. Oh no, it
nice.
was empty. It was tiny. Oh my gosh. And it was like a museum. You see like a big giant, gosh, why are they're not oxes. Oh my God. They're like, I think they're extinct now, but like, they're very furry. They have those big horns. Like, oh my gosh, I'm forgetting. But anyways, they had a huge museum of like
buffaloes.
Buffaloes.
Buffaloes, yes.
Yes, that was in there. But yeah, it was a trip. It was a kind of like a culture shock. Like, oh my God, this is like literally what they call like a small, tiny town.
There are a lot of
everybody knows everybody.
Yeah, there aren't a lot of those roaming around in Sacramento, I would imagine.
No. I haven't seen any lately.
And unlike a Sacramento airport, I think the driveways over there in that part of the country, I think the runways are about the size of your driveway, probably.
Yes. Yeah.
Hey, for just jumping into the broadcast, I'm Jim from the northwest suburbs of Chicago. This is JS Live, the late night talk and variety program we do each and every Thursday night here on HAPS, the network of now. If you have not subscribed to me, give me your hand. Give me your hand. Put your hand out there and subscribe to me, or better yet, sponsor me. We are with the amazing Quinn Yamamoto. We are still waiting for Olivia Ty to jump into the broadcast. She'll be here to do a couple of songs live here in a little bit. I just messaged her and said, where are you? And we had Alexis Can Do earlier cooking some delicious desserts. Quinn, what's your take on those chocolate temptations that you made this evening?
Oh, it looks so good. I mean, I'm not much of I'm more of a carby person than like a sweet eater, but just her beautiful plate just looks so. I mean, I would eat that if that was in front of me. Oh yeah, I would eat it. Yeah, and I loved how she made it look so simple. I mean, and her vibes are so vibrant and fun. And I know that we all appreciate that she was able to go on. What was it? She said 11 o'clock her time. So
late at night, and she's usually on like when I'm still unconscious in bed. I'm usually when I wake up, my alarm or my daughter, walks in the room. Daddy, get out of bed. She'll do that, and Alexis is there. She's already cooked like 7-course meals, and she made like 4 for like the neighbors, and Lord knows what else. But she's just so creative and amazing. But back to you, young lady. We're talking about. You did, yeah. Hey, thank you, Quinn. Nice try. No. What was I going to tell you? You did a broadcast not too long ago where I think it was you and your friend Hallie who was with you, and you guys were talking about. You basically told us to stop being comfortable and get out of your comfort zone. How do we stop ourselves from doing that and to take chances in life?
So this is almost because when I hear that, there's a self-doubt about it. Yeah, Jim. Like we know that we need to get uncomfortable, but then there's like a fear about it. So whatever emotions that's coming up with this fear of getting uncomfortable, or maybe there's a trigger about it, like you only know like what comes up when you know that you need to do something uncomfortable. Whatever those emotions are, I would like for you to take those emotions and go to your self-love practice, and that will be the thing to release, right? And actually, I just made a video about how to kind of like process this for yourself. Is anyone familiar with T-charts?
We can ask
tool where you make like a T-chart.
That I do not know. However, what I could do is I could ask our virtual studio audience here. I know we have Dan. My wife's in here. Maureen. Quinn, say to my wife, Maureen Ashley. My wife's even on social media now, besides Facebook. Quinn, aren't you excited?
Oh, okay.
Yes, that's Maureen. Really? Maureen Ashley, right there. That's my wife.
Maureen.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. Yay.
23 years of wedded bliss, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, absolutely amazing.
Oh my God, that makes me so happy. Oh, Olivia's here. So yeah, T-chart looks like this, but really quickly.
Yeah, there you go. Right.
Write down what emotions are coming up. Make the middle about where that's coming from.
Okay.
And then the third section. Let me just do this real quick before we leave. This is a tool. Homework for everybody. Okay, you see this? You see this T-chart? It's a double T-chart.
Double T.
Okay. Double T. On the very left, you're going to write down what emotions are coming up.
Okay.
The middle is about where is this coming from. And then the last one is what are you learning from this? So you don't. This part makes you feel more empowered over your emotions that's coming up from like getting uncomfortable, because there's something there that's blocking you from just, you know what, this is uncomfortable, but I'm just going to do it anyway. You see? So like there's something there. So we need to address whatever that's in the middle there that's preventing you. Is it fear? Is it, what is it? We need to express it and address where it's coming from, and then end it with like, this is the lesson. This is why I'm grateful for it. And then, but yes, hit me up if anyone needs support. You can find me. Yes, it's Olivia's Ty's turn to give us.
Oh my goodness! Well, God, I don't know where to start, Clint. God, I can't believe I've been saying that. It's like a skipping record. 5 years later, and we're still doing it here on social media. Quinn, please do me a favor. Plug. I mean, I want you to stay on. You don't have to hang up because I want you to hang on for Olivia's performance. She's coming up.
Oh yeah.
Please plug the living daylights out of all the stuff that you do on all social platforms, please.
I will. I will put that in. Wait. Are you saying announcing it now?
Do it right now. Yeah, have at it. Do it. Plug it right now. Facebook Live, Instagram. Have at it. Do it.
Look for Quinn for the Win. Okay, and what I have available is I do have a self-love online course called the 30-Day Journal. Okay, you'll be provided prompts so you can get started. See, so if you're having a hard time to start, you can literally start at the 30-Day Journal that I've created. There's different levels, so there's ongoing growth that you can grow into. There's one-on-one support if you need something more private and more direct, and then there's workshops that I do with Hallie that Jim had mentioned. So you can find all of that on my Linktree, or you just go to my Instagram, go to my Facebook, DM me, just find Quinn for the Win, Facebook, Instagram, and then yes, we can get started.
Wow. There you go. Amazing. Quinn, thank you so much, my friend. Great seeing you. Stick around. Don't move. You can like they used to do on the old TV shows, they used to move you over to the couch. And then we'd have the musical performer jump out.
Yes. Let me get on my couch. Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Here comes Olivia. Yes.
Alexis, unfortunately, she was like, it's like midnight over there. She's like,
yeah, it's late for her. Yeah, she'll watch the replay.
So, Quinn, stick around, and when we come back, ladies and gentlemen, we will have a live musical performance. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, from one of the staples of this fine HAPS platform. Don't move. When we return, it will be the amazing, the one and only Olivia Ty. Don't move, kids. We will be right back. Don't move. A minute. You're next, Olivia. We're back. All right. And Quinn hung up. How dare she? I wanted her to stay on and hang out and talk to us, but I guess that's not going to happen. Quinn, hop back on if you want. Maybe you and Olivia can be together. At any rate, next week here on this magnificent Thursday night, late night talk and variety program here on HAPS, the Network of Now, we are going to have the one and only creator of self-love versus it's team love. Yes, Holistic Deb. Holistic Deb will be joining us next Thursday here on this program. Also, funny man Jay Forsyth will be here, plus musical guest Carrie Long. So please join us next Thursday, 11 Eastern, 8 Pacific, here on HAPS, the Network of Now. Yes, and as you know, we have a multitude of people in here. We had Alexis in here cooking some great Valentine's Day desserts. Of course, before we also had in here that woman right there, the amazing Quinn for the Win, hanging out here, and our musical guest this evening. I just saw her a couple of days ago with Peter and Pablo, with Carrie, who we just mentioned. Plus, we had Jairus Cook, we had on during week 2 of this show, and Piano Man, who will have in 3 or 4 weeks, actually. We have him booked as well, I think. But the most important thing is tonight's musical guest this evening, a singer-songwriter from Southern California. She was on American Idol 15. She hosted, she hosts broadcasts here on HAPS, the Network of Now. She was on Periscope. You can find her on YouTube and other social media platforms. She's just a motivator. She loves her oils and all that kind of good stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, let's all welcome the one and only Olivia Ty, ladies and gentlemen. Hello. How are you? What's going on? How are you?
Yay. Oh my gosh. I'm so excited. I completely forgot that it's Chinese New Year tomorrow. So we're all here and we're doing Chinese New Year's Eve dinner.
Same.
Woo! It's
Right?
you, the ox.
Come on, it's a Thursday night. And then I was like, no, it's not just any Thursday.
It's the year of the ox, right?
Yes. Yeah. Sometimes I'm so American that I forget that I'm actually.
I completely forgot too. I was like, wait a second, and I'm like, wow. Well, thank you. I don't want to keep you too long. I know you've probably got a studio audience over there at your place and everything. What's for dinner, or did you already eat dinner?
So this year is the first year that we don't have my grandmother with us. So I have kind of taken her place in making the dishes that she used to make and all the traditional things. Plenty of red envelopes floating around and just a lot of good stuff, but obviously not as big of a celebration as we normally would have because all kinds of things.
Understandable, and like I said, my heartfelt condolences to you and your family. That's I'm so sorry about the loss and everything, but something tells me she's going to be up here and in here, and nobody can take that away from you. But we want you to do a couple of songs for us tonight. If you can't, are you able to do that this evening?
I should be able to. I'm like, ooh, maybe I can just.
Or you can do a
Oh, yeah.
Is that easier for you?
Yeah, I should be able to play something. Just
okay, that's cool. And Quinn's in here too. Let me see if I can get her in here really quick. Let's do that. Let's get Quinn in here. I don't know if you recognize Quinn. I don't know. Say hi to Quinn. Whoops, hold on here. We're gonna make this work here. Here we go, kids. Don't get dizzy.
I forget you can do this.
Don't get dizzy here.
This
is not gonna hurt. This is gonna be painless. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. There we go.
Painless. Look at that is so so cool. Or like I just see this like a flyer.
I love when I'm gonna go and get that 30-day journal. I'm not sure that I have time to do this, but I want to support you, and I know that it's very, very exciting. And I know somebody that kind of needs that right now. So I'm gonna grab that from you and pass it along.
Yeah, and it's your own pace. I just want to say it's at your own pace. There's no rush to like finish it in 30 days. It's just called the 30-day journal because there's 30 journal prompts. But much love to you. Aren't you? We're sisters from another planet, so.
We so look alike. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so funny. I was like, whenever I've done like collaborations with Quinn, I'm like, people are gonna think we're sisters again.
Yes, but guess what? I chopped off my hair, so you can tell more. Like I chopped off my hair a little bit, so it's not as long.
Oh yeah, see,
I know that was.
Both have like Vietnamese last names. It's really funny. I'm just like, okay, cool.
Well, that was the thing I was just kind of like casually going through my news feed, and I've known Quinn for forever, and then I was on your Olivia. I talked to you. I mean, I would see you on Joanne Pham's broadcasts or Rice and Spam back at like at 2 a.m.
Old school.
Yeah. And I would see you and I'm like, hey, Olivia, that was about it. And I would watch some of your music scopes and everything back on the Periscope days and everything like that. And just out of curiosity, as a kid, what was the first musical instrument you ever played in your life? What's the first instrument you remember playing?
Well, technically it would be voice, but like an instrument would be piano. Okay. Yeah.
Is that still your favorite instrument to play? Or I mean, you do the guitar, you have the keyboard, you've got the violin. What's your favorite?
It still has to be voice, just because I think that's like one of the most complex, yet it's not even considered an instrument sometimes. So I'm like, okay, cool. I still consider that the main instrument. That's the one that I kind of went to school for and everything. So I'm like, yeah, voice it is.
If you're just jumping onto the broadcast, welcome aboard. here to JS Live. We do this each and every single, I swear to goodness, each and every Thursday night here at 11 Eastern, 8 Pacific on HAPS, the network of Now. And let me ask you this other question. So you're on American Idol, obviously, and everything. Season 15. Who are the judges that year? Do you remember? Or I don't remember. Who are the judges that year on season 15?
I can probably recall every single moment of that experience. So Keith Urban, Jennifer Lopez, and Harry Connick Jr.
Oh, wow. Hello. Nice. Did you just get to meet them in person, or was it just they kind of kept them away from you until you went out there? How did that all work out?
I mean, we get to meet them in person, but I think I think they really practiced social distancing quite seriously even back then. So
Okay.
Ryan Seacrest too, like you don't really see them until cameras are rolling.
Okay. Yeah. So basically they kept you in the green room, or they kept you secluded away from everything pretty much, and under those circumstances then.
Oh yeah. And then like that show, I guess every reality show is like 90% reality show following you around and like your story, and 10%
Right.
Oh, that's how I'm in the family's house with you.
Oh, there we go.
Yep,
No.
there we go. I don't know. Wallet, Charlotte.
No, I'm not. We're looking for someone else's wallet.
I haven't seen someone else's wallet.
Well, you said I don't see
Oh, it's like a
yours.
Capital One commercial. No.
Oh,
What else is inside your wallet? Oh, sorry, that was bad. Well, it sounds like, oh, well, did you want to sing a cappella? Did you want to, how did you want to go about the whole routine here?
into these piano instrumentals these days. So I was like, oh, that's a perfect opportunity for me to use them. So let's do one of those.
Sure.
And then we can go from there. I think that might work.
That'd be awesome. Love that. That would be sweet. Excellent. So let's see. I mean, on that computer technique, Quinn just said, Quinn's comment, I'm still here, just need to help clean.
Oh, yeah, see?
Well, there we go. It's a family affair. No, we're not going to let Jim sing here. By the way, that was a fun broadcast that you guys did with Peter and with Pablo and everybody, Carrie and Piano Man and Jairus Cook and everyone. What's it? I mean, you've been on HAPS longer than I have. This is my second month. I was on Scope for 5 years. Tell our audience, as far as like if you're like an aspiring musician or a musician like yourself, how has HAPS helped you, here as far as the community compared to like the old Scope days?
I feel like this is night and day. I mean, this is a completely different animal, and I almost feel like Periscope was a stepchild of Twitter, and Twitter just didn't really care too much about Periscope, and
for a while, they just were like abandoned.
Yeah, and when it first launched, it was huge, right? And just such a strong community, even though there was no chat function. It was so crazy how it's amazing how the live streaming community works in general, because it's you just get to know people at such a genuine an authentic level that you can't get anywhere else, and it's just a completely different experience. And I think that's kind of the main difference between live streaming and any other type of social media platform medium. But HAPS, there's just so much heart.
Yep.
And feel it, like that the people that are behind the app, there's like real human beings there, and they want this to work, and they are trying, and they're like working and us in every way that they can, and being there for us. And
absolutely.
I think that's incredible. I mean,
love it.
Yeah, that's the most incredible thing. And then of course, us being from the Periscope side, all of us, I think, have been looking for a multi-streaming platform for a while.
And they just added Twitch today, and you're on Twitch too, aren't you?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's even perked. This is my first broadcast on Twitch today, kids. My last broadcast on Periscope was during the Golden Squirrels, and then here we are, bringing this magic over to Twitch, and everyone's sitting there playing their and then all of a sudden this 55-year-old guy shows up. What the heck is he doing on here? It's like, come on. Anyway, so Olivia, enough of the rhetoric here. Pick a song, any song out of your vast music library. You can do original, a cover, whatever you want. I don't want to put any pressure. This is like, this is like the antithesis of like all those late night talk shows. This is just something perhaps where we just wing it, just scribble a couple of questions down using bad Jim Surin Pica font like that. There's a Midwest education right there, ladies and gentlemen. And pick a song.
Well, sounds good. I'm going to cover really quickly of Sam Smith's "I'm Not the Only One." I don't think I've ever done this version, but it looks fine. It looks like I can probably pull it off. So we're going to try that. Okay.
Wing it. Ladies and gentlemen, here to perform a Sam Smith cover. Here she is, the amazing Olivia Ty.
You and me, we made a vow, for better or for worse. And I can't believe you let me down, but the proof's in the way it hurts. Months on end, I had my doubts, denying every tear. I wish this would be over now, but I know that I still need you here. You say I'm crazy, 'cause you don't think I know what you've done. But when you call me baby, I know I'm not the only one. Ooh, you've been so unavailable. Now sadly I know why. Your heart is unattainable, even though Lord knows you can't mind. You say I'm crazy, 'cause you don't think I know what you've done. But when you call me baby, I know I'm not the only one. I know I'm not the only one. I know, I know. I know I'm not the only one.
Wow, nicely done, ladies and gentlemen. The incomparable Olivia Ty, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you having me on.
Wow, 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 wow. Wow, that was amazing. My wife Maureen's in here too, and she's like, "That is an incredible!"
Thanks, Maureen.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. God, I was just gonna say, I've been very grateful and blessed to have you on this. We've had Chris Gales was in here moments ago. We've had other great. We had Claire Means in here. We had Jairus Cook in here. We had a plethora of others, and God, to have you with. I'm just blessed and grateful to be surrounded by this amazing talent. All right, God, this is what happens when you're in a cow town called Chicago. Hey Alexa, what's the temperature in Chicago?
Negative.
It's 21 degrees Fahrenheit.
Woo!
Tonight, expect a low of 11 degrees.
Yeah. See? 21 right now outside. It's
Oh gosh.
That's right. It's softball weather here in Chicago. I'm telling you.
Well,
Yeah.
I did record like 4 songs out there not last December, but the December before last, and that was it was cold.
So you were here in Chicago.
I was, yeah.
May I ask which venue did you play?
I didn't play. I was there to record. So yeah. So one of my producer friends was living up there. We flew up there and we stayed at like Magnificent Mile, and we checked out that huge Starbucks. It was really fun.
The 5-story one, yeah.
Yeah, and then we ate this burger that had a glazed donut.
Oh, Epic Burger.
Yeah.
Yes. Did you go to RPM Steakhouse? RPM is another really good place also. It's a big steakhouse over on the near west side of the city. But oh my God, what was I going to ask you also? So you're here in Chicago, but I lost my train of thought. Spontaneity 101. Do you got room to do one more song? I'm going to let you go have your evening. We'll do one more really quick. Got time?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Oh yeah. They're like, are you going to celebrate Chinese New Year with us? No, I'm going to do everything. Okay, so let's do another one.
I've added it. We'll do a nice quick one, and then we'll let you kids carry on.
Okay, you know what? I'm going to do let's do what song should I do? I don't know.
You opened for Boys to Men.
I did.
Recall. Do you remember what are the songs that you did when you opened for them?
I did all original songs because that was my set.
Yeah, you could do an original if you want. Do it. Well, like I said, we're flexible. Whatever you want. Cover. Whatever's easier.
Kind of want to do a cover.
Have at it. Have at it.
I literally had it open already.
Olivia's in the zone. No, you pick whatever you want. And in the meantime, I'm going to let people know next week we have Team Love creator, Holistic Deb here. Also, Funny Man Jay Forsyth, who is in the room here as well. Plus, musical guest Carrie Long. That will be JS Live here on the wonderful network of now HAPS 11 Eastern, 8 Pacific. Right, Chad?
Love it.
All right.
I have been really into that new song by Olivia Rodriguez too, and I was like, "Wow, that's really cool."
Yeah, why not?
I don't know. I might be able to. I've never sang that one before, but I can always try it. Yeah,
do it. Do it.
The license plate one.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, I probably don't know it, but
all right, ladies and gentlemen, here she is. She's going to wing it for us one more time. One final selection from the one and only Olivia Ty, ladies and gentlemen. No pressure. Here you go.
All right, here we go. I've literally never sang this before.
Yeah, here we go.
I got my driver's license last week, just like we always talked about. 'Cause you were so excited for me to finally drive up to your house. But today I drove through the suburbs, crying 'cause you weren't around. Probably with that blonde girl who always made me down. She's so much older than me. She's everything I'm insecure about. But today I drove through the suburbs. 'Cause how could I ever love someone else? We weren't perfect, but I never felt this way for no one. 'Cause I just can't imagine how you could be so okay now that I'm gone. 'Cause you didn't mean what you wrote in that song about me. 'Cause you said forever, now I drive alone past your street. All my friends are tired of hearing how much I miss you, but I kind of feel sorry for them, 'cause they'll never know the way that I do as the day drew through the suburbs. And pictured I was driving home to you. We weren't perfect, but I never felt this way for no one. And I just can't imagine how you could be so okay now that I'm gone. I guess you didn't mean what you wrote in that song about me. 'Cause you said forever, now I drive alone past your street. Red lights. Cause you know I still love you, babe. Sidewalks we crossed. I still hear your voice. Ooh, you know I still love you, babe. Ooh, I know we weren't perfect, but I've never felt this way for no one. And I just can't imagine how you could be so okay now that I'm gone. Guess you didn't mean what you wrote in that song about me. 'Cause you said forever, now I drive alone past your street. You said forever, now I drive alone past your street.
Wow, ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Olivia Ty. Awesome, 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 awesome. You kicked serious ass. Yes. Awesome, right there. That was absolutely fantastic.
Thank
Oh
you.
my goodness. I don't know how to thank you for spending your Thursday here with us. Go have some dinner. But before we do that, plug all of your platforms, please. Where can people find you?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, find me here on Haps, obviously. Please do. So make sure you follow me on Haps. And the next coolest place that you'll probably find me hanging out a lot is Instagram. So find me on Instagram. I'm olivia.ty. And then everywhere else I'm Olivia Ty. So I'm on YouTube. I'm everywhere. I'm like on the weirdest platform. Yes. If there's a platform I'm not on, DM me so I can be on it. That's how dedicated I am to all platforms.
That's the key here. Though the best, I mean, I'm still kind of in shock about the whole Twitch thing. I never thought that would ever come to fruition, and here we are. This is absolutely amazing.
I love it.
Bravo to Mark Goldman and to David Newman, Peter, Pablo, and Team Haps. And Olivia, my friend, thank you so much for hanging out with us. Go, happy Chinese New Year.
Chinese New Year.
Yeah. Or how do you do it? Just you go.
All right.
Oh yeah, that's the trademark. Yes. All right. Thank you so much, Olivia. Happy great evening. Happy Chinese New Year to you, my friend. Have a good one. We appreciate it. We'll talk to you soon. And next week here on the program, kids. Yes, next week on this JS Live Late Night Talk and Variety Spectacular, we will have Holistic Deb joining us. Yes, Holistic Deb, the creator of Team Love. Yes, hard to believe. Yeah. Also, we're going to have Funny Man, Jay Forsyth. Buckle up for that one. He's bringing Barbara with him. And musical guest, Carrie Long. Yes, Carrie Long will be here too. So we'll see you next Thursday right here on Haps, the Network of Now. Thanking our friends, Alexis Can Do, Quinn for the win, and our musical guest, the one and only Olivia Ty. Until next time, this is Jim from the northwest suburbs of Chicago, bidding you a very pleasant good evening, everybody.